Hello, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Mr. Bigzy, and welcome back to episode 2 of my Bigzington build on City Skylines 2. We pick up right where we left off. Our nice, small, and casual build here on the Victoria, BC map. Last episode, we started our city, we started our town, and we got down to a little bit of grid work and zoning. You can see that we have some low density housing in this area, a little bit of medium density row housing, and then just a little bit of industrial area down here. Outside of that, we did sprinkle in and around a few shops, and our demand is getting back up to it, but we'll tackle that in a bit. First thing we need to do is we need to put in some medical care, some healthcare. And I think I'm going to use what I believe is a modded asset. I wish that this game, unless it does and I'm just not seeing it, but I wish this game showed me a little easier what was or what is modded assets. Since I haven't played in a while, it's been a bit and I don't exactly know if this small medical clinic is something that is just now vanilla in game, but I don't think so. Let's take a look at what these two medical clinics offer and what they don't. So for $30,000, we can have 25 patients, 3 ambulance, and a 1-ton cargo storage area. The upkeep is roughly $10,000 to $24,500. Over here, we're looking at double the price, $60,000, and roughly double the upkeep on the low side. This upkeep can stretch all the way up to $78,000 a month on its highest end. And it does have 100 patient capacity, 5 ambulances, and the same 1 terabyte, 1-ton storage. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the smaller one. Our town's pretty small, and until it gets a little bigger, I'm gonna just try to keep things pretty proportional. So let's see, where do I wanna put this? I want it somewhere centralized. And I do think this area is a pretty central spot. Is that a fence? Let's see if I can make that look a little easier on my eyes. Yeah, that is a fence or a bush of some sort. Let's put it here. They'll have quick access to Autumn or direct access to Autumn, and then be quickly able to dart out and get onto the main arterial or collector, the main collector. So boom, there is our medical clinic. Not too bad. I might even be able to still do a little bit of detailing on this side. This asset has no upgrades, and that's okay. The next thing that we unlocked that we still need to place is our landfill. I don't know if I even want to put this down yet. We can see from this viewpoint, this infographic, that the only building kind of making garbage right now is our industrial energy, our coal plant. Now that coal plant is gonna keep making garbage, but I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna hold off on it for now. Ooh, we even have a little bit of poop water going into the water. Hopefully we can get rid of that and use a different type of waste management in the near future. But for now, I'm going to let things run, and I'm going to prioritize getting a little bit of specialized industry going. We didn't do this last episode, and we have a ton. Essentially anywhere and everywhere is good to go. So I think I'm going to start putting down a little bit of grain farming, maybe vegetable. I don't know yet, but I'm going to, oh, what is this? Are these all coal trucks? Destination Colossal Ore, Destination Colossal Ore. Yeah, we have a long line of trucks coming in. And you know what? One thing I want to do before I get to anything else is I think I want to make our intersections here a bit more reasonable for this highway traffic flow. So I'm going to try my best to keep things running, keep the gameplay at a stage 1 at least, and just try to do a little bit of road management. Ooh, I don't have what I need unlocked yet. I think I need highways. And when do highways unlock? Highways unlock at... Oh, they don't unlock. I need to unlock them. So I need 2 more points. I can unlock that and then the highways. So I'm going to hold off, but I will hopefully this episode, or I'm sure this episode, I'll get into a little bit of roadway reworking. In that case, let's try to focus on our specialized industries. So like I said, this map has some pretty unusual tile shapes, but it does make for a pretty interesting time unlocking them. I think I just want to grab this one here. Tile upkeep $0 a month, and it is free, so that's great. Let's go ahead, let's grab that, and let's take a look at the topography that is provided to us. So I guess the entire map is kind of the same. A little bumpy, a little wavy, a little rolling hills all the way through until you get to the more northern edge. And I don't even think the map goes that far. No, it doesn't. So one thing I want to do is, as always, I want to try to respect the topography. However, I will be doing a little bit of landscaping just to make sure that our highways are roads and then our buildings kind of placed down properly. So now, where do I want to put down our industry? Yeah, I think I'm going to put my industry down in this area. One on this side, a different type of industry on the other, and maybe down the road, 1 or 2 more down here. And we'll kind of use this as a little bit of a nook, a special industry nook where we're building and growing some livestock farming, some grain farm, and maybe some vegetable farm mixed in there. So now how do I want to bring this road over? I feel like this here is a pretty decent road. And I'm just gonna draw straight from there, keep it at a 90, and let's go 144. Boom. So now we have our first little offshoot. Let's just continue with it. Okay, so I think I'm pretty happy with this. We have our main road leading off the highway, a nice dirt road, and I'll be able to put something on each side. Well, I might even be able to take a little better advantage. Mind you, I'm not going to build my farm all the way out to the highway. So this here actually might be good enough. Yeah, let's go right there. Oh, forgot to do that. Okay, and there we go. We have our first farm built, livestock area. Now I do want to get one more, so let's go ahead and let's put a grain special industry on this side of the land. Now this one, I do want to take a bit more advantage of that area. So I'm gonna build another road out. Okay, and there we have it. We have our grain specialized industry set up. Now I do kind of want to fly back over to my main area and see what's going on. If anything needs to be adjusted, and we look pretty good. Sometimes I just like to check out my routes and see where people are coming and going from. And we're good. Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit of time here and I'm just going to keep building out and zoning out this industry. Or no, not the industry, this area. Okay, so we were kind of burning through our medium density row housing demand, which is great. Now, I do think I want to try to avoid stacking all... Ooh, and we have our first death care need. And we actually don't have a cemetery. But we do have some mods in. So I think these are going to fall under our more healthcare, death care mods as well. Kind of like our small medical clinic. And let's see which one of these are going to work the best for our little community. I think I'm going to try to put it somewhere maybe around here. And I might have to do a little landscaping for that. Is there one that's a bit smaller? That's a little larger. But what does it offer? Well-being. Let's go with this one. Maybe we can place it off kind of by the hillside, just off the main road. Now let's go ahead and put it here. So I want to go, how many lines are that? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 lines back, and see if I can carve out just a little bit of area for it. Oh, wrong button. And I think that does a decent job. Now let's go check to see, is anyone coming to help? Yep, there we go. That's a really odd way to take. Maybe he can't turn left on a solid line, but that's odd. Okay, well, that's done. Let's do a bit more zoning. I'm going to build out this area here. Our our demand for residential is growing, but our demand for commercial is pretty stagnant. Before I do that, let's go fly over here and see how our newly built farms are doing. Cool, cool. Okay, not too bad. And let's do a little quick dive into our expenses. What is costing me so much? Let's dial that back for now. Okay, now something I'm also able to do at this point is I just want to increase taxes just a little bit. You know what, let's go unlucky 13. Residential, we'll keep him at 11. That should bring in a little more money, bringing our deficit down just a tad. And we do have garbage piling up now, so we know it's not being exported out of the city. Let's see if we can tackle that before doing any more building in this area. So we definitely don't want to put our garbage anywhere near our farm area. Let's take a look at what else we can unlock. Ooh, that one's expensive. Wonder why that one's so expensive. So if we put our landfill in this cube, it should allow us to service relatively centrally a very large portion of this map. Now, I probably will scatter in and around some recycling centers here and there, but I think for now that should do. Let's go ahead and grab those. And let's see, this tile here, so kind of just off to the left of our patch of trees here. And what's our topography looking like? Okay, so I want to go ahead, and since this is going to be, yeah, let's try to level out this landing area here. Now I really need to get to the next milestone so I can unlock more roads. Or more so, I can get some more expansion points and development points and unlock them myself with the development tree. Because realistically, I do want to change this highway, and we're running into the issue where this is too far east. So I can't access both sides of these roads without doing something crazy. You know what? I'm going to let it ride. I'm going to let it sit for a bit. We can see that with our higher taxation, our industry demand is going down, but our residential area is still pretty high. So let's just start building out a bit more of this area. I'm really not sure why these are not growing. Let's see if I can change something. Let's say, hey, you don't get to build houses. At least not yet. And let's see if we turn it back on, does that break things? Did I turn that back on? Yeah, I did. Oh, wrong tool. It doesn't break things, but I'm not going to build any houses on that side. So I'll do it like this. I'll leave that over there and I'll build some, maybe some parks, some things like that for that side of the road. We won't build anything off this curvy road coming down the hill here. And then let's just go ahead and do the same thing on this street. at least take that away. Nope, wrong side. Let's take, yeah, that away. That's what I wanted to do. Okay, back to it. Okay, so I've intentionally left this 5 wide area here, and I'm gonna see if I can put a park in there. If not, I'll repurpose it. I'll put some more row houses in, and maybe I'll try to put a park on this side. We should have enough pathing to do some interesting loops up and down this hill, give a bit more access to that side. But on that side, we can definitely put some more low density down. And there we have it, small village. Now let's take a quick look at what we got. We got $50,000, 2 development points, and 5 expansion permits. Now that should be plenty, along with some medium density housing and education. So we will definitely put some education down. If I haven't already put something down in its spot, no, we should be good to put it somewhere in this area. But first off, let's see if we can tackle the need of this highway change. And it's happening all the way over here. Okay, so since this is going to be a pretty big change, I do want to hit the pause button for a quick second. So we're going to tear up all this road. Yeah, just to there. What kind of road is this? Is this a highway? I wish it showed me speed limits. Oh, Spring Street. If I go like this. That's a 4-lane road. I want to make that into a highway for sure. So first thing, let's upgrade some of this. We'll keep it centered. There we go. There are our speed limit changes. Now, before we get into messing around with our garbage disposal area, I just wanted to fix up these cities' entrances really quickly. I don't want too much traffic lights, and I don't want too many sharp turns, whether they be, or especially right-hand turns. So I'm just gonna find, and just start remembering my numbers. So from there, how many notches is that? Now we'll do a little bit of readjusting as to where people are allowed to go. Now, there are multiple intersections here. We have one here, and then 2, 3, 4. So I just want to make sure that I'm removing all unsafe happenings here. And then essentially making a dedicated lane. And then I'll come over here, same thing, all U-turns off, all unsafe turns, and then just give a little bit more here. Ooh, this doesn't need to be as large of an area. Let's see if I can make this road slightly smaller. Okay, so I think I'm a little happier with that. And let's just double check. Okay, there we go. So you come in, you go out, you come in or you go out. Pretty straightforward, right? Here in the middle, we're gonna make sure that this person is not making a right turn. If you wanna make a right turn here, use this slipway. And then same thing here, this is a left turn only. If you wanna go straight, get a lane over. If you wanna turn right, once again, use the slipway. And that way, when traffic is coming down here, they go off. This lane is now essentially an empty lane. This traffic will have a perfectly free road to use. And there, boom. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Now, the next thing we can do is a little bit of crossroad control or crossway control. I don't want people crossing all willy-nilly over this area. And last but not least, let's go ahead and set some priorities. So if you're coming out of here, you obviously have to give way for the highway. Now, if you're turning left on the highway, give way to the oncoming lanes. And then traffic here, you have the right of way. Now, I think I also wanna, yeah, you can't go straight through here. Let's back this up one more notch. Yeah, you're turning right. Yeah, you cannot go straight through here. Yeah, I don't like how that looks, but we'll see what it looks like in reality. And we'll just keep playing with that. So here we go. Now, additionally, I don't want traffic lights where they do not need to be. So let's go ahead and turn that traffic light off. And then we'll turn that traffic light off. Okay, let's rinse, wash, and repeat on the other intersection. Okay, now if I've done that correctly, it should be a pretty easy flow of traffic. And of course, as the city grows, once again, we'll continue to make this more and more elaborate. And this might actually become an arterial or another collector at some point, having the new highway just run slowly off of it. Now let's get to this intersection, and I want to do the same thing. Now, the only difference between these two intersections, this one here and the other two I built down there by the city, is that we do have two lanes coming down into one. So I definitely want to set this guy to yield as he comes off the highway, just in case there is anyone turning turning left onto Empire Street here. I want them to have priority over these people here. Everything else though should remain pretty standard. This guy doesn't have to yield for anybody because it's just one lane going two ways. But of course, we'll make sure that they yield there, and we'll give priority to these lanes coming over. Traffic lights are already gone. Let's just get rid of our intersections. Okay, and that is done. Ooh, I don't like the way they do names here. So let's try to get these ramps named. So this is going to be Highway 17 ramp. Okay, now let's find our area. And do I want this to be another highway? For now, yeah, for now, let's make it a highway that kind of shoots down here. Something like this. In this flatter area, which I'll flatten and smoothen out as the development comes. And then we'll have a small offshoot road that just goes up to service the garbage area. Okay, so I decided to claim the top of this mountain area, just removing a little bit off the top, giving me a nice landing area to work with. Ooh, I wish I could see my contour line still. Do none of these show my contour line? That's kind of annoying. Okay, there we go. I'm happy with that for now. If anything, we can grow it. But that is what we need here. Now, the next thing we need is going to be some power. And we're going to have to travel for this power. Ooh, these guys, they also don't have power. Okay, well, we got some fixing to do. Okay, we are hooked up. We are hooked up with power, we're hooked up with water now. Since we have more water and power needs, let's just double check to make sure that we are not overtaxing our system. So we are kind of getting into that little bit of a sweet spot, and I'm kind of good with that for now. Our water's getting a little closer. Let's bump up our services. Sometimes a little bit goes a long way. Ooh, not long enough. We need more. There we go. Was that too much? Was that much, really? I just want to make sure that I'm getting to a point where I'm not always micromanaging this number. Setting it close enough, but not having to worry about it every single time we do something. Now, garbage is starting to pile up pretty good. How's our money doing? Negative 4,268. So we also did unlock school. Now, we're going to need some of this. We want our citizens to be as smart as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to throw down an elementary school. So we could do something where we have multiple kind of zones. We're going to have an area here, probably an area on this side, and they should all at least have their own elementary school. We just don't want kids to be having to travel too far to get to school. And then if anything, they can meet up and they can get together for high school. Yeah. Now we do have some modded assets once again. So this is 4,000 versus 100,000. Yeah, I think that choice is quite obvious to me. So where's our medical unit? Our medical unit is... Where is our medical? There it is. Let's go ahead and let's place it somewhere relatively nearby. And I think this is a good area because we have a lot of heavy duty or medium density row houses. So a lot more people will have to travel a lot less distance. Now I do want to center this. Right there. And there we go. School is in session. Now if we want to, we could always add an extension wing somewhere like that. That actually works out perfectly right there. And then down the road, we'll also be able to unlock a auditorium. No, a gymnasium. What am I talking about? Okay, so that is down, and let's get back to a bit more zoning. People are going to want to live by the school, and I'm just going to throw in a whole leap of small houses. I might even divide this once more. Let's divide this way, because I don't want to have a ton of traffic right in front of the school. And I think I want to do something in this area here. It's a pretty large area that's just not being used for much at all. So I think trying my best to respect the topography, although I'm going to make it a little smoother. I just want to figure out what I can put down in this area. Maybe a road that comes down this way. Oop, didn't want to do that. But yeah, a road that shoots down here, maybe loops around with a road that maybe connects in, or connects in that way. We'll see. Let's play some roads. Okay, so I need to start building in some more industry area. Growth has kind of come to a halt, and people need work, so let's give it to them. Okay, and I think one of the last things I want to do for today is start by... I can't even do that. Man. This is one of the things about taking it nice and slow on this build, is that you're not flying through a lot of these milestones. Where there's demand, put in some housing. Let's take a quick look at our pollution, just to see how close we want to get. Yeah, this actually isn't too bad. I'll put some houses here, close to the industry. And I think that's where I'm going to end it for today. We got a bit done. Grew our city. We're now sitting exactly at 1,300 residents. We're then still losing a bit of money, but I'm not too concerned about that. And just like that, milestone 3 is unlocked. So once again, a very good place to call it quits for today. Next episode, we will take advantage of this large village and claim our $75,000, our 3 development points, and our 7 expansion permits. Now, we're going to have a ton of expansion permits, and I don't know how fast we want to move out of this area, but it's something I'm going to consider. We're also going to have to take care of some fire, some fire, and some police station needs. In the next milestone, we'll properly name the district and get into a bit more expansion, especially with transportation. Maybe starting to unlock something and going across the river here. But I want to thank you guys all for joining me today. As always, I hope you're having a good one. I'm Mr. Bigzy, and I'll catch you guys next time. See ya!